Hello everybody, it's Everlasting Gunhilder, but you can call me Felix. And today we're going to continue where we left off last Sunday on the interlude chapter. And if we have time for it, we will begin the Windblume event as well. Because there's only 9 days left. So if I don't finish the Windblume event by Sunday's stream, then I'll just have to do the rest off screen. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. I don't know how long this event is actually, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So yeah, let's continue where we left off on the early chapter. That's where we left off. Oh, you know where we left off if you watched the previous stream, but Scaramouche erased himself from history, and we're gonna check out the impact of that. The Genshin impact of that.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu,
Right,
Ishin,
right.
Hyakume, and Senju.
I think Senju's
The art
new.
of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun.
No, wait, it's not, it's not.
Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original
I thought
Gokuden 5.
Kazuha
If my memory serves
decided
me
not
right,
to stay.
you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now.
Wasn't that a story quest? Yeah, that Ishin Blade thing, that was a story quest. So would I get different dialogue if I'd never done that?
We learned a bit about
That's
the
really
decline of
interesting.
the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Bet.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Oh?
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace.
Right?
One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee. But he
That must have
rushed
been
to the scene.
Niwa, or
hoping to
Niwa. I don't
prevent a
remember how
disaster.
his name is pronounced.
Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa,
Niwa.
though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together
so
into the furnace.
The swordsmith wasn't
The
Niwa.
furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Okay.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent
Excuse me.
indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger
Wait,
and
but what
shake
did
the
they have
very
to do with
foundations
the
of
riding
Inazuma's forging
Gokuden?
industry.
What'd they
In
do?
his fury,
Or did I
he
just miss
murdered
that?
indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the battle deer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Naiwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
Thank goodness he still exists.
My pleasure.
Don't tell
But is
Paimon.
Kazuha still
There are other
Wanderer?
places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Uh-huh.
On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Next one, check out the Kamisato state. Yep.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking
His
for
voice
the
is weird to
Commissioner and
me.
Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the
Also with the
Commissioner,
hero
Miss
Inazuma,
Kamisato,
so
I think
you
it
know.
should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say? Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
I echo that
What
little
would you
flirt.
like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the
Talking pretty
Commissioner
slow.
himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
Oh?
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Yeah, but why is Ayato in a
Very
good
much
mood?
so.
That's what I want to know. Okay. I was expecting as much, but still it's a huge relief
Well,
that the Kamisato
got any more
siblings are
questions?
okay. I guess I didn't see that last part.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts.
I mean, I can see it.
They
Home
get
cooked
to
food
talking
or
about
home cooked
you
meals are always the
sometimes
best.
too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can...
There's a lot of talking
Kamisato
here.
occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together, it's been
This
many
entire
years
conversation
now
is just the
since
Kamisato
late
family just
Mr. and Mrs.
simping over the
Kamisato
traveler.
passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and grown enough to have watched Kamisato grow up,
Excuse me.
it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite her.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. We're where are we
Tarasuna.
going next? Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Okay. Gotta look for clues. Okay. Isn't there... No, not here. It's a Fontaine dude. Xavier. Oh, it's him.
Well, here we are.
The
But
dude we
what are you
cleared out
looking
to
for?
Tarasuna for.
Something or someone.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Oh.
What
Oh,
are you
Xavier?
doing here?
I was in the general area.
Is that how
and
you're pronouncing
now
it?
I'm in this specific area. There, that's
Xavier?
me. So what about you two?
I've never heard that
We
name
have some
pronounced that way
questions and thought
before.
You might be able to help.
That's interesting. I always pronounce it as a Xavier.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
Or Xavier. How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago.
Go on.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years
few
ago.
years? Really?
Fun
Oh,
fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then, too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted
funny
on
story
a
about that
technology
Fontaine
upgrade.
guy.
It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Mechanical. Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Javier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
So, I haven't thought about it before, but if Scaramouche erased himself from history, that doesn't necessarily imply. I guess it depends on how, what they mean by erasing themselves from history. Like, are they literally erasing themselves from history, or are they erasing themselves from people's memories throughout history? Like, when we erased Rakatavuta, it sounded like she still existed, but, the people of Sumeru just forgot about her. Unless I'm wrong. Because basically what I'm getting at is, if Scaramouche erased himself from history, he could still exist today. He just doesn't exist in the memories of the past. I guess I'll find out.
Oh, I didn't realize
Because
you two were here
mainly
for
what
a
I'm getting
history
at
lesson.
is Scaramouche was a prototype vessel to contain the electro-gnosis, as A was, messing around with all those puppets. And so if Scaramouche erased himself from history, what did A do instead of that? Is what I'm getting at.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
Wow, Paimon, you're
What
so
brought
funny.
this on? Did you
You're such
just
a-
wake up today with a sudden burning
You're
desire
such a
for
beloved character.
historical
I love you,
knowledge?
Paimon. You're the best. Shut up.
Sure, go ahead.
That's like Scaramouche's name, wasn't it?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
Is a Kabuki Mono like a title of some sort? I thought it was a name. If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Well, that's interesting.
Looks like you got all the
I
information
really like
you're looking
how
for.
like story quests and world quests that you do are brought up in Archon quests. Like, it makes the world feel more alive, and I appreciate that small detail they go through the effort of making. Oh, I'm gonna go see
Sure,
Nahida
but
again.
What's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what
Spinal
happens,
Crocodile?
Paimon will always be there for you. Come on,
Okay.
you gotta keep it together. here. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges on an empty stomach. All right, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Okie dokie. Got an achievement. Alright, and... oh, they're over there. You know what would be funny? If I just like, I just had like a bit of a streamer luck moment. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll come back.
Hey,
I'll come back to
them.
that thought later. Oh, it's those two again.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
This article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
That's a lot to read.
I
I'll just
presume
take
you'll
your word
want to
for it.
read mine as well.
Great. The content has changed. Another effect of tampering with information in Irmisol. The battledeer said he would erase 2 of his names. If he's really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might, but still. The battledeer said he'd erase 2 of his names? Did he? There's Scaramouche. There's... oh, I don't remember that one name he said during the fight with Nahida. Is the battledeer still a name?
Well, what do you
Well, I
think?
guess that's just a title rather than an actual name. A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically,
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true.
Okay. That's a mindset to have.
Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new
Oh, this
information
person said it. It
actually
must be
lends
true.
further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the
You know, I
perpetrator,
hadn't thought about it
as a
before, but
way
his
of
voice is kind of
exacting
familiar.
revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
I was gonna look up something, but my mind just went blank on what I was gonna look up.
and they're back at it. These guys are really into
was it?
this.
Oh, great.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Sure. Alright. Now we got to talk to Nahida. But before that, I'm gonna have a luck moment. I guess that's too much to ask. Ah, he's itching. Alright. What you got for me, Nahida? I like the music in here.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Wait, hold on. I just realized, if Scaramouche doesn't exist, then who did we just fight? Like, who did we just fight to save, or to words. Hold on, sorry, I'm having a moment. Who did we just fight to rescue Sumeru? Like, what were the sages doing if Scaramouche didn't exist?
Ugh, where to start?
That
Paimon
feels like
hasn't
an
had a
important question
moment's
to
rest this
ask.
whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma. The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time. Any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The Balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? I'm so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. So, hold on. So, are we telling Nahida about the Rukkhadevata as well? There once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Orcon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he has been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with hypnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
Thought I had that on.
So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
So it was just a machine for us?
It does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
Someone has major
Traveler
issues.
comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it. Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
You were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's... I witnessed Greater Rukkhadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that. That's true.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? it couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yep. Where was it that I said? Like, you can try and make changes to the past, but the River of Time will still favor its original course. Where was that quote said? Was it Fire Emblem Awakening or was it Xenoblade? I don't remember.
Once the balladeer realized, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
That's what we call karma. Those fated to a tragic end cannot be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
Oh, okay.
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
Was it like the audit log?
What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Check the server for any changes. Surprisingly, the information presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
What? That's either brilliant or super weird. So, basically, you like wrote down your history notes, then wrote down another copy of your history notes, but just use symbolism and allegories instead of like actual facts for you to look to as a reference, and it's not technically cheating. Okay, that's alright.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that.
So didn't Nahida just outsmart Irminsul?
But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
Oh, so Nahida was prepared for that. Wow.
Incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into
MVP
Irminsul with the
Nahida?
balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul.
That's wild.
But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the balladeer.
That's crazy.
There was
Oh.
once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it.
Wow.
But the monster soon found
I really like
solace
these
when another came to
these
live among the
portraits.
foxes who was not their kin.
That's so
A
cool.
kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this."
Among Us! Screenshot.
The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Is that cat supposed to be Scaramouche?
The fire was extinguished,
It's so funny.
but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there
That's
were
a funny
once
picture
birds,
to have of a
foxes,
kitten.
and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Wow. Nahida's a little smarty pants.
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step.
Wait, so
Some of
Nahida?
them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Wait, so we have like an extra hard drive of Scaramouche's memories?
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that
What?
it wouldn't be altered.
That's
It's
crazy.
hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get
It's
rid
hard to
of us
believe
on more than
Nahida
one
was
occasion.
that well thought out. Wow.
Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor,
But
for him,
does
the
Scaramouche
chance to
still
act on his
exist
desire
today?
to disappear must have meant a lot.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds
Like, is he
along a
disappearing
road filled with
altogether, or
suffering, the
did he
light
just
of wisdom
get
is
dropped
always
off
there,
by the
guiding
Raiden
us toward a
Shogun?
better destination.
And instead of meeting those people again, he just went off somewhere else? I don't... No, because then that would just be time traveling. That's different. I know I'm
That is what
vastly
you have been
overthinking
doing
this.
all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat?
Paimon, stop
We can pick up
talking
this
about
heavy
food, you
conversation
fat
again later.
cow.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while.
Okay.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar.
There's a few things I'd like to look into. You should go to...
Alright. Oh, excuse me.
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Oh, goody. On the Grand Bazaar, I can just go there. I feel like I'm gonna see something over here.
We're here! What should we eat first?
The music stopped. What does that mean? I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
What are we forgetting? Because if he forgot, then I sure forgot.
Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain, let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. Somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukatavada, forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Paimon, shut the up. Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukatavada. She said that no one can erase themselves from history, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation? Why would she need to create her own reincarnation and Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Oh, I guess that's true. Rukatavada couldn't do it herself. Nahida had to. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukatavada. But this is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the Battledeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
Speak of the devil
Look,
and he shall appear.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be
It's
hard
weird
to focus.
hearing his voice like this. It's so much more tame.
You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't
You're a
want any
strange one,
money for
kiddo.
helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted.
Oh, so he doesn't want any
I
money?
don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful
he
you
just
agreed
wants
to take
shelter?
on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am.
I guess he doesn't need food.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
This is really interesting.
Stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
He's out of my sight. Where is he? Oh, let's go see what he has to say. The fruit dude.
Welcome.
Can I talk to him?
That was a good batch of Sunsettias, too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm taking your carrots.
Take it easy.
Wait. Where am I supposed to go? Up here? Okay. And I believe down this road here. Yes. Alright. Right outside the gates. Oh, we're just right there. We're just tailing him.
Yeah, this'll do.
Wanderer.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too
That'd be
cruel?
funny.
Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Oh. If I wasn't seeing this with my own two eyes, I wouldn't never believe it.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. I know your mom.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Alright. Why is my... balls? That was weird. Alright. Okay. It on skill, am I right? I need to grab more mints and sweet flowers, I think.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your
Oh, what
time
a nice
here.
guy.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry?
That is a good question.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
What a good guy. I like that guy. He's cool.
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Bring him to Nahida. Alright. Well, now that we got Scaramouche back with us, I feel like we're close to the end of this quest.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You tell us with more personality about what happened in the Grand Bazaar.
You say that you were trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots.
I guess.
But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Would it?
Like a past life or something?
I guess, maybe?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
So far away,
Okay.
it doesn't exist.
I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
You're pretty messed up.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is
Yeah,
truth
sure.
something you care a a lot about?
I mean,
Yes.
considering his previous life, yeah.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to stay, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence.
At all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain of cause and effect. A cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Really?
I want to
Okay.
experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Yeah, because that went well last
Good
time.
point. Given your,
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Alright. Enter the memory. What you got, Nikita?
It's time to get ready.
Okay. What you got, Wanderer?
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Oh, okay. You know we gotta bring Mama A.
this looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't
sorry,
need to do this for
I should
me.
pause this 1 second.
I don't
I'm
deserve your protection.
doing something real quick, sorry. Okay.
We never did it that way. Well, we had you once, but that was your doing.
All right.
Sorry for the
Thanks.
lack of talking, by the way. There's just been, you know, a lot of dialogue going on. Especially
Wanderer,
dialogue I'm interested
This
in.
is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Oh?
You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the balladeer in Shake Pavilion.
I knew none of those names.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Okay.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
'Cause life just isn't like that sometimes. Can I go through this door? No. Hold up. That looks vaguely like the Wanderer's outfit. Not the Wanderer's, Scaramouche's outfit from the past.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
In a cave.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa.
What does this do?
Tell him we have someone new.
It's something.
Us.
Gonna find out what. Oh, yeah, that hurts. Okay.
Take it easy.
Is there nothing else for me here? Yeah, okay. What? What's that? It's a thing.
What are we doing back here?
We're in a loop again.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you.
Oh, that's the
I
kid
lived
who
here
died
for a while
eventually.
at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died. And then my dad got sick.
And
He
you sound
kept
sick
coughing
too.
all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you
Like some kind of
can't.
plague?
You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After
And the
leaving
neighbors didn't name him?
Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
Oh, you can
He
guess
died
what.
from his illness while he was still very
Oh,
young.
that's some good lighting.
The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey!
Oh!
What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others.
Whoa! that A shot.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Dude, Scaramouche is a voice actor. That's some good delivery. Oh man, that A shot, that gave me a slight chill. Oh, okay. Head towards the next memory. I wonder
You
if...
do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One
Piero.
that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
There is no escape.
My god.
Things are about to get dicey. Wait, hear me.
Spring forth!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Looks like I went too far.
Oh, this quest is sick. We got freaking Piero, and we got that freaking Raiden shot. Oh man, I'm loving this. This is great.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the delusion factory in Inazuma.
Oh yeah,
In
this is
the
where you
original
knocked me out.
version of events, the Traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Oh, oh yeah. Well, did we still come here in the altered timeline? I remember this is an unsettling place.
Hey!
Oh, I hear Scaramouche's
Well, my
theme.
fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Scaramouche is giving some your advice?
You're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation.
Is Signora's stomach exposed over there?
Being tossed out like trash must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Oh my god, her physics.
Poor little tongue. She's playing with fire talking
Oh,
to me
goodness
like
gracious.
that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
Oh, Signora was just here when we encountered Scaramouche.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence?
Oh, we're
Can't
fighting,
you
I
think
guess.
of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Let me amuse you.
Huh. Is there any chests around? No? Okay. And now we're at
Looks
the
like we've
factory.
arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll
Oh,
take
that's a
part in the
unique hair
experiment
color.
in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact
the
of
way
your
he said that.
utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
You don't say.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of
He's the one who
Paimon.
manipulated the crap out of you.
Let's move on.
Continue exploring. Okay. What time is it? 10:47. Okay,
You're a
we're
god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
So is he saying to undo what he did in Irminsul?
Can you return my memories to me?
Oh.
But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original Battledeer has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their destiny too?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. For all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Okay, this will be interesting. Cutscene?
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
He looks a lot better without the hat.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
I don't know why, but I always get super hyped up when I see A.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
The doctor.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh, this is cool. Why'd the machine appear now? Taiwan, chill the fuck out. Dude is getting like 400 years worth of memories lodged into his brain.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why.
That music.
This won't be the end.
Oh. Wow. So he got a vision. I knew he had an animal vision, but I didn't know he got it right there.
This is trying my patience.
Oh.
Have you got all your memories back now?
You got any more stupid questions? People human. Too slow.
This is interesting.
The wind rises.
That didn't help.
How amusing. At my command, you shall fury.
I'm not sure how flying is supposed to help me right now. With the exception of now, I guess.
Insignificant past! Behold!
Fly. I think.
You dare to gaze upon me? You're dead!
Oh, that did a lot of damage. Oh, what do you have on you, by the way, real quick? Okay, that. Oh, we have C3? Wow. Of course. Okay. I need to eat. Hold on. This isn't going well. Give you some dingos. Right and save it.
Fury.
Wait, did dashing just attack?
Behold.
Huh. That's interesting. I really like Scaramouche's normal attack.
Insignificant past. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
He's back, I guess.
Disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There is that ego.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self.
How do you know he's back to his old self? He didn't... Oh, I guess he did see his memories.
But it was you inside that thing, too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Alright. Me, myself, but not I. Is there no chest here? There's usually a chest at the end of these. I guess not? That's lame.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
But he's still erased with history. He just got his memories back.
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's called a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
It's called
But that doesn't mean
dodging the
your own
blame.
past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that.
So, what I want to know most of all is, does Raiden remember Scaramouche? Because he still exists. And so consequently, Raiden still created him. So she has to know that he still exists somewhere. She just forgot that he was a harbinger. That's the only thing that should have changed for her.
Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeri and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered.
I wonder if this whole searching through Irminsul will be brought back up in the future.
Including the beginning of your
Because I feel like of all the Archons, Nahida is definitely one that could play a major role throughout the story, and not just at one point.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Wait, how did he know I went to Inazuma?
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books.
I like the eye movement in this game, like when Nahida was talking and it showed like Scaramouche's face. Like it felt like the eyes and moving around felt like he was thinking about her words. I don't know, it was a good expression and I like the detail put into it.
Some things in this world can never be perfect, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. I don't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Gonna go take a walk? No? Yes? Maybe?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
From behind the scenes? What do you mean by that?
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Big Cat.
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
It's a shame I
A
plan on
name is
pulling for you
life's
in the
first
future.
gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
Oh, okay. Rules and disclaimers for name modifications. Name change rules. You can obtain the item in appellative stroke from the Archon Quest interlude and version of Genesis, which will allow you to change Eons Adrift Wanderer's Anmo's name. Please take note that some names cannot be utilized in this change. Once you have renamed this character, some interfaces in the game going forward will display the name that you have chosen. There's a limit on the number of times you can rename this character, so do so with care. Disclaimer. All that. Yeah. Okay, what should I name Scaramouche? I know there are some names you can't do, like Scaramouche, Battle Deer, stuff like that. What should I name him? What to name Scaramouche? What should I name him? I don't know. What to name him? I want to do a funny name, but at the same time, if I pull Scaramouche, I'm just gonna see that name. This is a big deal. You shouldn't give me this responsibility. I don't know. Why would he do this to me, game? I'm just staring at the screen for like 10 minutes just trying to figure out a name. Well, I guess the one of the questions would be, do I want to use a serious name or a funny name? That is the question. You know, he kind of looks like a Todd. That'd be such a funny name to use. uh, and I can rename him after this, right? Like, just in case. Let me double check before I actually do this. Okay, so you can rename him one more time after this. So I gotta think this through. Todd is very tempting. He looks like a Todd. um. Paimon's cape is trippy. I'm sorry for the long way. I just, like, texting my friends, asking for ideas, and, just looking through them. Oh, that scared me. Todd. Todd the Wanderer, son of A.
Are you sure?
Let me give it some more thought.
Okay.
Okay, good. So it does.
Have you got any?
It does give me that option. So, do you say anything if I say ether?
Are you sure?
Nope. Okay.
Okay. Have you got anything?
I need to be careful not to accidentally confirm. What if I say my own name?
You want to share your name with me? Huh. Not a bad choice. Okay. Have you got anything?
I'm also kind of tempted to just stick with Wanderer. But that's not a proper name. But neither is Todd. Screw it. We're doing Todd.
Are you sure? Oh, alright. If you
Screw
say
it.
so.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Here. Now you have
I
a
wanna
name of
see
your
it.
own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Oh, that's even funnier to see with the name Todd. I love it. So does that mean he's going to seek vengeance on the Torre?
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Yeah.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing.
Todd is so funny to see.
There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. All right, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
Goodbye, Todd.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat? Paimon,
thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Is that it? Oh yeah, I forgot about those two.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds.
So we'll finish this
that
up
rallied
and
around
we'll
the
do a
final
little
sunrise
bit
that
of the
Mikoshi
Windblume
Nagamasa
Festival.
saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told.
Oh, it's not over yet? Oh, that's pretty far away. Go over here. Return to the resting place. What else could there be? We talked to the writers. Well, Todd is doing his thing now. So what else is left?
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes... Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
That night we stayed here. Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the Battledeer and broke the vase. But the Battledeer erased his existence. He changed the world. So why is his vase still broken? I mean, he erased... I don't know. I feel like this is a little vague, because the way I look at it, by erasing his existence, that implies one of two things. Either A, he just erased himself from the memories of others, which I don't think that's the case, because he erased himself from existence, and so the people who died in the past died of a different fate. But they still died. So B, everything was different. So yeah, so this entire time we were traveling to that in this history. We didn't meet Scaramouche at the Delusions Factory. We met someone else. I don't know who that would have been, but That's what happened. So, who did Yaimiku give the electronosis to then? If that never happened, could it have been Signora? Maybe. Okay. I don't know.
You sound lost and confused.
Who the balls? That's a new voice.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
That's kind of like a robotic voice, sort of. It doesn't have an inflection to it. Like, it has the same kind of tone of voice as the Raiden Shogun, but, you know, it's not Raiden Shogun.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say?
Is that Fossilor? It doesn't feel like it would be.
When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree
It's
may
talking about
sway,
fate, not
it
justice.
is not displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground, whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird,
So
the
fate is
result
favored
is
by the
still
original
a broken
timeline.
vase, is it not?
Who are you?
So
How do you know about all this?
that level of knowledge isn't something that Fossilor would know, I would think. So it can't be her.
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
She's speaking as if... Could it be Fossilor? She's speaking as like she's putting on an air of mystery, but like a kind of mystery that you don't really take seriously. She sounds eccentric in a way that she's trying to sound mysterious, if that makes sense.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
I don't think that's Fossilor. I don't think Fossilor would know about that stuff, because she would be impacted by Todd too, or Scaramouche. Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what else awaits me in the future. Oh, that was interesting. Alright. Okay. That's settled. And now we just have the Archon quest left. But we are going to move on to the event. Grab all that. And real quick, I'm gonna redeem my Samaru coins.
Take it easy.
See if I can get any wishes. I don't remember what level I was at. But yeah, sorry for the immense lack of talking this stream, because, you know, there's just a lot of big dialogue going on, so I was paying heavy attention to it and processing it all. Oh, Shrine of Depths. Okay. Level 30 is Intertwined Fates, level 32 is Acquaint Fate. Okay. I still need to use my like 60 Risen, but I'll do that after the stream. I guess I should say real quick, I did accidentally start the Windblume Festival, but I only watched the first scene off screen. You can still see Kale right there. How many Primo Gems is that? 2? Okay. So I got 24 wishes, 21 pity, I think. So that's 43. Got like another 50 to go for the guaranteed guaranteed 5-star. And I'm 50-50. I still got a banner and a half before 3.6. I've been seeing leaks that it seems likely that Eula won't be in 3.6 at all. Nahida might be in it. So I would pull for Nahida if she's there. I'm kind of skeptical about Eula at this point being in 3.6. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see what the leaks say as it gets closer. Do I want any of these weapons? I don't think I do. Where's the details? Dragon's Bane, Eye Perception, Alley Hunter, Alley Flash, Sacrificial Greatsword. I don't really want any of those. What's my pity on the standard banner? 5... 50, 55, 60, 65. That's 65 pity. Okay, so I'm pretty close. Okay, I thought not. That would have been funny though. Alright. Continue this now. For like 30 minutes.
Oh, hey you guys. What are the chances?
You were staring into space just now. Something the matter?
No, don't worry. I'm fine. I was just looking at a Mondstadt children's book in the souvenir shop over there. While I was flipping through it, a piece of paper fell out. The writing on it was
like
really
prophecy.
mysterious. If you can do these things, you may light the lantern of
Oh yeah, that's alright.
utmost
She
joy
struggles with
and
reading.
receive a supreme blessing.
And what does these things refer to?
Find a flower that is not of this world. Find a guide who will never get lost.
Paimon?
Find one who would never lie. Find a legend that never ends. So, 4 things in total. Here, have a look.
It's gonna pop up?
I asked a lady
no.
who owns the store about it, but she said that she didn't know anything about any paper slips.
Perhaps we can ask your friend about this later.
Hi there.
Oh,
Sorry
Sucrose.
to butt in, but what's the name of that storybook you just mentioned? Oh, it was called The Boar Princess.
The Boar Princess. Oh, I saw that in the
Strange.
library.
I've read that
A while
book,
back.
and it sounds like that note you found has no relation to the story at all. Do you know her?
Let Paimon do the honors. Kale, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. And Sucrose, meet Kale. She's a trainee forest ranger from Sumeru's Avidia Forest.
Hi.
That's relatable.
This is getting awkward fast. They're both so shy.
So, Sucrose, what are your thoughts on this prophecy? Could it be real?
Nah, mate.
Without having done any research, I couldn't comment definitively. But if you want my subjective opinion, I don't think that it's a nasty prank or anything. The only people who read children's books are those with a childlike wonder and imagination. Or children, of course. I'm sure that whoever put this prophecy there, would they really do this just to spread lies and ruin someone's innocence? I can't imagine anyone being so cruel.
That's a great take. I love it. Exactly. Who would want to hurt a child's feelings?
I can think of a number of people.
Okay, so what do you think the blessing is, Sucrose?
The blessing of the gods. A vision.
If I had to guess, maybe a fairy that can make people's wishes come true or something? I haven't read many fairy tales, so this is pure speculation. With no other information on hand or prior research to compare against. I'm afraid it might not even be worth considering.
Wow. Her guesswork is really good, though. I'll make her brain some more. But will she find it annoying if I keep asking her questions?
Oh, Kale.
We've only just met after all. What's the best thing to say to someone you're meeting for the first time?
Would you like to get the Lantern of Utmost Joy?
Well, yes. I mean, if possible.
Then, what would you wish for, Kale?
I'd wish for a better personality.
Man, that hits home years ago. Oh my god. I relate to that so hard when I was younger.
You've got a great personality already.
That's very kind of you.
Oh, Kale.
But if you know me like I do...
Kale!
Man, I kind of sympathize with Kale now. She's just like me when I was little. Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Kale! Oh, you made good time, huh?
Man, it's weird to see Amber again. Much less hear her voice.
Your green hair way off in the distance. Good thing my eyes are sharp, or I'd have missed you.
Amber! Hello? Did you finish all the pita pockets I brought you last time?
You bet. They're getting yummier each time you make them.
Huh? Wait, remind Paimon, have you been to Mondstadt before?
Paimon? Kale already told us this.
A long time ago?
Like at the beginning of the Archon quest.
From a lot of people here in
Or the
Mondstadt.
beginning of the Sumeru arc.
So ever since my Alizar got better, I've been looking out for an opportunity to come back to Mondstadt and tell them all the news that I've been cured. Thanks.
If it's okay with everyone, why don't I take Kale for a walk around town? I'd like to show her some of the places she didn't get to see last time.
Of course. Fine by me.
Sure,
I heard footsteps. Or is that just a generic NPC?
Sorry, Amber. I agreed to meet my traveling companions by the city gate in a minute, so I can't go with you just yet.
Oh, companions.
That's all right.
I guess the scenario
You guys
cast.
go rest up, and I'll go see Master Jean to ask for some time off.
Oh, okay.
Traveler Sucrose, could you hold for Kale for now? I'll come get her later and take her out. There's still a whole bunch of people I need to introduce her to.
Sure, no problem.
Awesome. See you later then.
Oh, wow, God.
You alright there, Kale? You look kinda disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling a little shy today.
That's
Don't
understandable.
worry about me. Amber wants to introduce me to more of her friends. Am I gonna be able to cope? I've only met Sucrose so far.
That's social anxiety.
I'm already struggling to make conversation.
I mean,
wish
in
I
your
had a little more
defense,
self-confidence.
Sucrose is pretty
Then I'd
shy,
find it much easier to make friends with people.
low in confidence
It's
too.
nearly time! Let's go to the gate and see if they've arrived.
Is this event just gonna be a freaking mood the entire time? Like, just relating to Kale? Wait, where am I supposed to go? Where is it? Oh, there. Alright. Huh. Tanari, Sino. Is there anyone else?
Why is this humble windmill such a great view?
I mean, it's understandable. It must have been a long time since you last came to Mondstadt.
Because it is the true Great Vayu Viastra?
What? What was that?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't get it.
I didn't get it,
Vayu,
actually.
Vayu, and also Mahamatra, Vayu Viastra. No?
Am I glad to see you?
Oh. Oh, goodness.
And who's this young lady?
Master, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. We just met.
So I guess,
Sucrose, this is my teacher, Tainari. He's a highly respected
I guess Sana's
forest
voice
watcher
actor
in
already
Sumeru,
did these
and he's
lines
also
before
a
the
very
whole thing
famous
happens.
botanist.
Kale's exaggerating. I'm Tainari. Pleased to meet you.
Which I guess makes sense, because
So you have a teacher as well.
it
The
hasn't
pleasure is
been
all mine, Tainari,
too
sir.
long since,
Yep, he's
that whole
extremely
incident
knowledgeable
happened
too.
versus this event starting.
General Mahamatra Sino of the Sumeru Academia.
So I can see
He's really famous
them
in
not being able
Sumeru
to change
as
the
well.
voice in time.
Greetings. Though if I might say so, we're purely here for personal reasons. You needn't be unduly concerned with our official positions. And Kale, there's no need to use my full title. Sino is fine. Or sir, if you absolutely must.
Indeed. We're not here in an
So
official
are they like
capacity,
just on vacation?
just to keep Kale company on her vacation.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
me company? But it was you two that insisted on coming.
Kale is very important to us. We felt obliged to ensure her safety on the long, treacherous journey to Mondstadt.
But I've been here on my own loads of times before.
Okay.
What about your work, though?
That's a weird
What if
pause.
something bad happens while the General Mahamatra's away?
Ah, they'll be
There should
fine.
be no issues. I have left my duties in the hands of my subordinates, and two especially reliable helpers.
Oh, Sucrose. What were you saying about you having a teacher as well?
I
Albedo
was just
appearance?
going to mention that I think we're in a somewhat similar situation. I'm an assistant to Mr. Albedo, Mondstadt's genius alchemist.
Oh, please, Sucrose.
Oh, there he
Genius
is.
is an unnecessary epithet. It will serve only to leave an exaggerated impression of me in the minds of our guests.
Mr. Albedo, but it is an objective truth.
Hey, Albedo's here too! Great! The more the merrier!
It's nice to be able to do a Mondstadt event. I feel like I haven't been able to do very much.
So tell
aside
me,
from
Sucrose, since
that
your
one
specialty is
festival, I don't remember the
bioalchemy,
name of.
what do you know about the antitoxic properties of the calla lily?
Wait! Can we hold off on the nerdy topic for now? Everyone doesn't want to be left out!
Oh, as it happens, I've studied the calla lily in quite some detail before, with it being a species native to Mondstadt. I wrote a whole report on my findings. If you're interested, Mr. Tainari, sir, I can go get it for you.
We're supposed to be here on vacation, and you're already thinking about how to improve your herbal medicines? Also, I thought we'd agreed to take on new identities for this trip.
Did you?
What new identities?
What'd be the point of that?
Mine was Adventurer Sino, skilled desert explorer. Tainari's was technological
okay.
consultant to the treasure hoarders, and Kale's was traveling musician.
Huh. Well, I guess they are kind of big deals,
Very much
especially
so.
Sino.
I do wish some of the less cautious adventurers in the Avidya forest would consider coming to Mondstadt instead. What Philanimo mushrooms lack in texture, they make up for in not causing vomiting or diarrhea.
Are you contemplating using some compounds from the calla lily as active ingredients in a targeted antidote?
Yes, I gathered a few on the way here, and my initial research suggests to me that it could be worth a try.
Okay, I got it. But as much as I don't wish to be a wet blanket, it takes a huge amount of experimental data to conclusively prove how different drugs interact. Estimating the total development time would be very difficult. And the time for procurement and delivery of essential materials, and I'm not sure if we could complete development before you need to return.
You just drawing, or like, what are you doing there? Okay.
Then please, allow me to help.
Mr. Albedo.
Apologies for my tardy entrance in the present discussion.
It's really
I
weird to hear
understand you're looking
Albedo's
to
voice
make
after
an
hearing how
antidote
he
for poisonous
acts
fungi,
and streams.
correct?
It's such a stark
If you happen
contrast.
to have some samples with you, or relevant documentation on hand, perhaps you might give me the chance to review them later. But before that, I invite the three of you to look at this.
Accommodations of one Mr. Goth's other properties, priority, the Avengers Guild reception, backup plan, please confirmed. Outdoor activity, considering I guess sightseeing interests, Sucrose, Tomias, myself, and some other Knights of Avonius can accompany our guests, splitting in groups where necessary. Obtaining souvenirs, multiple collection methods, with wing comes glory, the outdoors themselves, creation through alchemy, and handcrafting are all possibilities. Scientific observations, emphasis on botany, official business, no such needs at the moment. Okay, so it's just a whatchamacallit, an agenda? No, that's not the word.
Lodging arrangements? Were you quietly writing this up the whole time? Paimon didn't even notice.
God, I wish.
Hardly. Rather, I should apologize for interrupting a serious discussion between trained professionals, especially after they've traveled so far to be here, when I myself am neither an adventurer, nor a technological consultant, nor a musician. Nevertheless,
Wait,
I would encourage you
hold on,
to have a knowledgeable local arrange your
I'm
detailed
having a moment. I
itinerary
thought
while you're in Mondstadt.
didn't Albedo join in the conversation before they talked about those fake identities, or did he just not catch on to that?
Take a look. And should you find anything here to be objectionable, it can easily be adjusted.
This is too kind of you. These arrangements are quite excellent.
It looks great! Even Paimon feels like tagging along for the food and board.
Oh, itinerary. That's the word I was looking for.
That's why it's called tagging along.
Very comprehensive. The adventurer, technological consultant, and musician all approve. Thank you.
Just one thing. We'd like the chance to cook as well.
It's weird to see
Why don't
Sano
we
joke
change the group
around.
dinner
He was
to
so
a camping
serious
and
during the
cooking trip?
Archon quest.
I'll help pitch the tents.
I can help too.
And Paimon will take him to Good Hunter to order some starters. Mondstadt's cold cut platter is not to be missed.
Great, then it's decided. Sucrose and I will bring the three of you to your inn for a quick rest. You two, let's meet by the lake this evening.
Alright. Gotta go to Hunter and order some food. Okay. What time is it? 11:40? Got another 20 minutes.
Hey, Sarah, can we have a cold cut platter?
Sure, coming right up. Would you like anything else?
Do we,
Paimon's eyes.
anything else?
Ugh, if you must. One sweet madam, I guess. That'll be all. Ether's face. I love these expressions, man. Genshin does such a good job with facial expressions. Props to them. I love that starry-eyed look in Paimon's eyes. That's great.
Okay, yeah, that'll be all. Yay! You're the best person in the whole wide world!
I love this game.
Paimon will give
This
you
is
the
a great
sweet
game,
flowers from
man.
that sweet madame as a Windblume. No need to worry about that. Paimon can make room for good food.
All right, just a moment.
Oh, that was great. If that was a Windblume treat, then Paimon wishes it could be the Windblume Festival every day.
Alright, head over to the camping site. Is there any groceries I can buy here that I want? I'll buy those potatoes, I guess. I don't really need anything else. Oh wait, where's the camping site? Oh, it's over there? Okay. Okay, just making sure. Where are they? Oh, that's neat.
All right.
Got a
Looks
whole
like we're
camp
all
set
here.
up. Even a table. That's nice.
Not at all. We just came early to set everything up since we happen to be free today. Kale put up the tent so quickly, but still managed to tie very sturdy knots. You can really tell that she's a professional. I didn't do much apart from passing materials around.
Thanks. It's all thanks to Master and Sino. They taught me everything I know.
What can I say? For a skilled adventurer, this is just another day on the job.
He's really emphasizing the roles.
Are
He's
you
into
quite
it.
finished? Or were you going to sing each other's praises till the moon rises? Come on, let's all sit down.
After the delicious feast, everyone sits around the camp.
That sunshine sprat was really very good. I didn't watch you cook it,
Was
but
really very
I
good.
believe that the prominent
That's a
umami
sentence.
flavor of the dish owes itself to more than the fish alone.
That's correct. Any further deductions?
Let me think. The aroma was quite uniform. Unlike that of a spice blend, it was also unfamiliar to me. So I would venture that it was a Mondstadt specialty. As far as edible Mondstadt plant species are concerned, calla lilies are usually used in soups. So if I had to guess, small lampgrass?
That's right. I've long heard that Sumeru's fish with cream
They're, like,
sauce is
guessing the
noted
ingredients
for
in
its
food.
gentle texture, which brings
I know
out
that's
the
actually
tenderness of the fish.
pretty common game.
Here in Mondstadt, we're not quite as varied in the use of spices as in Sumeru, but the principle of bringing certain distinct flavors to the forefront through combinations of natural ingredients is very much the same.
I liked it a lot. I'm curious as to the exact ratio of ingredients.
I'll write a copy of the recipe for you.
Would anyone like to try the nutrient-dense meal I made?
I'll have some.
What about you, Kale? It doesn't look like you've eaten very much. Is your appetite low at the moment?
No. I just don't eat a lot normally.
Is she like not used to being able to eat a lot, or is that like a different reason? Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward.
Tainari, while we were on the road, we spotted something white, walking on two legs. Was that Paimon?
Which day was this?
Okay. Okay, well...
Just after
alright.
passing through Stonegate.
Sino, are you sure your eyes were working that day? Or maybe your hood was
What's up this
blocking
flying
your
around?
vision? Paimon always flies. There's no way she'd ever walk.
Is that right? I thought that you'd made me snacked on too many local ground nuts.
Oh my god. Sino, please.
No? Not funny? Ground, you know. As in ground up, but also the ground. Ground nuts make you fall to the ground.
Sino. Stop. That's okay.
Think of this as part of the process of getting to know Sino. On the bright side, these jokes show that he thinks of you as his friends.
Still, we could test the hypothesis.
What hypothesis?
That plant species indigenous to Mondstadt may have an effect on the motor functions of flying lifeforms.
Hey! Paimon's not your test subject! Anyway, by your logic, wouldn't that mean that eating, say, Zaitun peaches, that would make a sick Paimon peachy in no time or something?
Or that eating enough lavender melons would have no effect.
Hey! Not you too! I think the Traveler and Paimon's conversations are more entertaining than Sino's jokes.
Ah, I see. You must have been keeping quiet about this grievance for quite some time now.
His feelings are hurt.
Cheerier now that you're here in Mondstadt, Sino. Actually, it feels like you're a completely different person.
That's because I'm Sino the Adventurer.
It's hilarious. I don't know what you mean.
In fairness,
faces.
you only saw him in his work mode while you were in Sumeru. He's actually like this most of the time when he's in a good mood.
Yep, it's true. Sometimes when he's eating, he'll grumble about how the bowl is too shallow for the amount of food it contains and other random stuff like that.
I understand. Then allow me to reintroduce myself. Before, you knew me as General Mahamatra Sino. Now, please see me as Sino the Adventurer.
Yeah, so that's another thing he does. He'll keep repeating something he thinks is funny until you stop trying to resist.
Oh, I love
Two
Sino.
different mental states? Almost like different phases of matter. Interesting. I want to learn to do that too.
I think in your case, the two states we would end up with would be highly conscientious sucrose and stupefied sucrose. Oh, by the way, was there any reason in particular that you chose
Don't have to
Mondstadt
roast her
as your
like that.
destination on this occasion?
Oh, well, Lisa once told me that the Windblume Festival is one of Mondstadt's biggest events of the year. I wanted to take this opportunity to give everyone a Windblume as a token of my heartfelt gratitude for everything they've done to look after me.
Plus, it was a good chance for Kale to get out and meet some new people.
Kale Lily.
God. He keeps going.
Kale's Windblume. Maybe she should call it a Kale Lily. It sounds very Mondstadt. There's also cauliflower, which would technically make more sense. But somehow, it doesn't sound as nice.
He doesn't stop.
Moving swiftly on.
Oh, that pause.
He just completely ignored the joke and carried on the conversation. Guess sometimes that's the only way forward.
Oh.
Sumeru's been through
I
some
know.
major changes recently, and things at work have only just started to calm down. I don't get many opportunities to take a vacation, and this was a chance to join Kale on her trip while also learning a few things about Mondstadt's flora and fauna that I'll be able to pass on to my peers and students on my return. Two birds with one stone.
How about you, Sino?
I came to ensure Kale's safety.
That's just an excuse. Plain and simple.
Also, there's the matter of a Genius Invocation TCG custom-made card back.
Aha! So you did have an ulterior motive.
Have you all played Genius Invocation TCG before?
Man, they're advertising that game hard. They're constantly talking about it, like whether it be events. I think both Kaya and Rosaria's birthday thing talked about TCG. They're really
And that is why I am
emphasizing on
proud to
it.
call you my friend. When I first began contemplating getting a new card back, I asked around before eventually deciding to ask the legendary Mr. Couts for guidance. A friend of mine, Sawada, whom I played cards with on occasion, had been to Inazuma for the Irodori Festival. He told me that Couts was a Mondstadter, so I should try my luck there.
Calx?
You mean he's a friend of yours?
I see.
Is he?
So, you came to Mondstadt in search of Calx.
No, that is inaccurate. I came here principally to protect Kale.
You most certainly did not. Kale's been here on the quiet numerous times, and this is the first time you felt the need to join.
Not only me, same applies to you too, doesn't it?
If my writer friend were here now, I'm sure he would describe this curious
writer
coincidence as having the makings of a good story.
Who's
It's
his
always a
writer
pleasure
friend?
to meet a fan.
Oh, here it comes.
Wait,
What comes?
you mean you're Mr. Calx?
Oh,
Having
that's
my
his
new
pen
friends
name.
address me by my pen name feels somewhat unusual. Please, just call me Albedo.
Huh. So you're Calx. Sino's been talking about you non-stop recently. He's intent on getting you to design a bespoke card back for him.
You didn't have to say all
He's
that.
embarrassed.
I don't usually take private commissions, but I believe that we are friends now, all of us. Our conversations have been deep and interesting, and Sino, your passion for this game is indeed one of a kind. I can see it in your eyes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
And given that you've come all this way from Sumeru to see me, I'd be quite honored to take this commission.
Wow, your teacher's so nice. I feel the same about yours. Well, they definitely have different personalities, but they're similar when it comes to their character.
So, how much should I budget for the timeless masterpiece you will produce for me?
Surely, timeless masterpiece is something of an overstatement.
Any artwork fit to appear on the reverse of my card decks is by definition a timeless masterpiece. Even if I do say so myself.
Don't mind him. These TCG nut jobs are all like this.
I see. So, this has an almost religious significance. Well, for starters,
oh no.
I'd like to hear a few more of your jokes.
My jokes? You like them?
I do.
Really? I didn't see you laughing.
Well, the joke's ability to induce laughter is a separate matter. But
oh boy.
I certainly find them fun.
If I might interrupt, does anyone else smell something strange?
My nutritional meal!
Will it be okay? Should we go over and take a look too?
Nah, that's fine. I guess not.
So, a good joke is not necessarily required to make people laugh at them.
Talk to everybody.
Well, Albedo and Sucrose were delightful, but this was still an exhausting meal.
I'd be grateful if you could check on Sucrose. As for our new friends here, leave them to me.
The cooking pot. Is everything okay?
What time is it? Oh, it's already 11:57. Wow. Alright, we'll go through this scene
The base is
and
burned. We can still use the cooking
depending
pot.
what's left, we'll end the
It just
stream
needs a
there.
bit of a wash.
Good thing Tainari's nose is so sharp. Has he been in this situation a lot before?
I was gonna talk about my building
I know,
plans,
it's
but
just...
I don't
I'm
want to do
sorry
that
to
at the end of the
disappoint
stream,
Sino.
so I guess I'll save that
I
for
guess we'll
Sunday
have to do
night.
this again another day. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Kale seems a little... depressed. I noticed she was in a low mood when everyone was talking.
I get why.
Remember that
Or at least I
note she
think I know
received?
why.
I was just thinking. I want to try solving this riddle and giving Kale the chance to accept the blessing.
Is she overhearing?
Yeah, she's someone who needs your help.
Exactly. Maybe she'll be willing to breathe into my test tube. But anyway, that can wait. As much as I'd like to make progress in my research, I'd prefer to see her smile.
All right, we'll help out too.
You will? Then tell me, honestly,
I know how I can find out.
think that this problem...
Mona?
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's meet at the alchemy crafting bench in the city.
That's the only character I can
got
think
some
of
thinking to do in the
revolving around
meantime.
prophecies.
We're back.
Oh, what a shame. You just missed a joke about windmills.
Stop, please. I don't need to hear it a 5th time.
That bad, huh? Well, now Paimon really wants to hear it for some reason.
Didn't you say you want to see the Dragon of the East at some point?
Trying to move on the
When are you
conversation
going?
as fast as possible.
Tomorrow morning. And you? What are your plans?
I'll go into the mountains to have a stroll and collect a few plants as samples.
Oh, perhaps I could join you? I'll be looking for inspiration for these card back illustrations.
Found it!
Oh, Eula!
I knew I was onto something
Oh,
as soon as I
goodness.
saw the fire.
Hoyoverse remembered you.
You have really sharp eyes.
That's an outrider for you.
Uh-oh. Did we break the fire safety rules or something?
Actually, you didn't. Strictly speaking,
Eula,
you
you're in
should
this
have reported
event.
your
Why can't
plans
you come
first. But
in the
since two
banner?
of our very own alchemists are here, I'm happy to look the other way. Ah, yes, introductions. I'm Amber, and this is the Reconnaissance Company Captain Eula, a good friend of mine.
Good evening. You are friends of
Oh,
Kale,
Eula.
yes? A pleasure to meet you.
Where is your rerun?
Oh, Amber and Eula. The pleasure is ours. I've heard a lot about both of you from Kale.
Oh, really? All positive, I hope.
You asked that last time, too. Of course it was positive.
I'd say. We hear the latest news about you every time you write to Kale.
Glad to know we've made a good impression so far. Anyway, we're just here to collect Kale, so don't let us interrupt your chat. Come on, Kale. We're gonna take you to check out a few scenic spots.
Okay, great.
Still as high energy as always.
You know Amber?
Yes, we've met. She's Kale's most important friend. And for that, we are also very grateful to her.
That's Amber for you. Her outgoing personality means she can make friends with just about anyone.
It's getting late, and we still have a lot lined up tomorrow. I suggest we all head back and get some rest.
All right, I'll start packing up.
You're gonna get the tone-deaf bard to check out that note, aren't you?
Oh, Venti? I was thinking of Mona, but yeah, I guess so too.
Paimon knows you pretty well, huh? Knowing him, he should be hitting the taverns around this time. We
When
can
is he
go
not hitting the
corner him and
taverns?
make him answer our questions. Let's move.
Alright, it is 12:01, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. I still need to use my risen. So I'm actually slightly uncertain about whether or not I'll be able to stream Sunday night, because I have my job orientation Sunday morning. And I guess it depends on what my schedule will look like for that week. If I don't have work that Monday, then I will stream Sunday night. I don't know. It all depends on what my orientation looks like. So after my orientation Sunday, I'll post whether or not I'll be streaming
Good roll.
Sunday night.
All right,
So
maybe I'll take one more
yeah,
day
we'll
off.
figure it out from there, and
Knock
I'll
out the
let
rest
you
of
guys
the work
know.
once I'm feeling up to it.
Hopefully we will manage to finish the Windblume Festival. If we don't, let me see, we have 9 days left. Okay, yeah, so we would have time to finish the Windblume Festival on Friday if I didn't finish it Sunday. So, yeah, hopefully we'll finish the Windblume event Sunday, and if we don't finish it, we'll finish it Friday. And after the Windblume Festival is over, we will move on to the Archon quest. And after that, I'm not sure. I guess I could do story quests. And once all those are done, like once I'm completely caught up on the story, I'm caught up on story quests, I'm caught up on events, I'm not quite sure what I'll do for Genshin streaming. Like, I could do Abyss runs, I guess. And if you guys want to watch it, I could just stream me exploring. I could even see about like having a guest for exploring streams. I think that might be something worth considering. But I don't know what kind of guests who would like to join me. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream now, and I will let you all know my plans come Sunday. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, consider, liking and subscribing. And I will see you all next time. Have a good night.